So former RBA player Charles Chuck Barkley, he wakes up out of hibernation and chooses violence. Charles Chuck Barkley was just about to let Jesus Christ take the wheel on the GOAT debate, but then says, hold on, Jesus. I know you died for our sins, but this man LeBron James has to get this work. I'm under the wheel. But hopefully LeBron James has his notification alerts on his phone as Charles Barkley sends him a friendly reminder that he's not the GOAT over Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, but King Charles, not King Charles from the UK. But King Charles shows the fake king, Dairy Queen James, aka Burger King James, who's the real king. Charles Chuck Barkley, the daddy of little Krishan Rock Barkley Jr., has spoken again, ladies and gentlemen, has spoken again and has put to rest the whole idea of LeBron James being a better player than Kobe Bryant or Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But here's what Charles Barkley had to say. This article is per basketballnetwork.net vs MSN Sports, and the headline reads, quote, Michael actually had 5,000 more points in his career. Charles Barkley breaks down why Michael Jordan edges LeBron James as a scorer. The article goes on to say Charles Barkley believes Michael Jordan would be the RBA's all-time scoring leader if he had played longer. Speaking at the Rowan University Speaker Series, Barkley was asked who he thinks is better, Jordan or LeBron James. The article goes on to say he acknowledged LBJ's body of work, the league's all-time leading scorer, top 5 in assists and still climbing the ranks in rebounds, blocks and steals after 2 decades of elite play. But while Chuck never said outright that Jordan was better, his explanation made it clear where he stood. Charles Barkley went on to say, quote, those are some incredible stats. Barkley replied, I'm not going to say anything bad about LeBron. I think he's the 3rd best player I've ever seen play after Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. But 2 things I'll say. The game is easier to play. There's no physicality whatsoever. Go back and look at The Last Dance. The way the Pistons were hitting Michael Jordan today, if you did it, you get suspended for a month. They just got 2 free throws back in the day. Charles Barkley goes on to say, quote, if you look at the numbers, Michael actually had 5,000 more points in his career, the same number of games. He continued by saying 5,000, which is 2.5 seasons. But you have to factor in that Michael went to college for 3 years. Barkley went on to say, quote, and then he broke his foot his first year. He retired for 2 years. So if Michael went to the RBA 3 years sooner, not missed his second year with a broken foot and not retired for 2 years, he would have been the all-time leading scorer, added Barkley. Now, this is my first time that I've ever heard Charles Barkley go on record and admit that he believes that Kobe Bryant is above LeBron James in the GOAT debate. Also, take note of how this article and many RBA pundits never acknowledges how when RBA players speak of Kobe in a high regard or when they rank Kobe above LeBron James in the GOAT discussion, they try to gloss over it to wire your subconscious brain to never put Kobe Bryant above LeBron James. But what happened with Charles Barkley, he more than likely went back and observed Kobe Bryant's career and seen a lot of the phenomenal things that Kobe did throughout his illustrious career. And then he put things into perspective and looking at the results of what Kobe Bryant accomplished in comparison to what LeBron James could have accomplished, he then realized that Kobe is just the better player. And that's what they don't want for the fans to do, which is why they continue to ignore when all the RBA players speak highly of Kobe. For the 100th millionth time, if Kobe Bryant played on that Miami Heat super team and you replace LeBron James with Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan, they would literally have 8 championship rings. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, Dwayne Wade went on record and admitted that the primary reason that they formed their super team in Miami, the Big Three in the first place, was because of Kobe Bryant. Let's not forget, Kobe Bryant destroyed the original Big Three in the Boston Celtics, the first super team on paper. And I think that Charles Barkley was being quite generous because I don't even think LeBron James belongs to be in the top 3. I don't even think LeBron James is a better player than Charles Barkley, in my opinion, or Allen Iverson. There's so many players that I can name that are far better than LeBron James. Shaquille O'Neal, Steph Curry, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Allen Houston, Marcus Houston, Glenn Rice, Tracy McGrady, Hakeem Olajuwon, Stephon Marbury. LeBron James is the most overrated player in NBA history. LeBron James is in the conversation with the off-brand TV dinners of the world, with the Michelinas of the world, those type of TV dinners that nobody eats, that nobody wants. Walk right past them in the grocery stores. But see, Michael Jordan and Kobe, they're in the conversation with the banquets of the world. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the banquets, the Stofers of the world, the Salisbury steaks with that good old mashed potatoes and corn with a slice of bread on the side. LeBron James is like those lean pockets that used to be in your grandmama freezer, bro. LeBron James gives janky promoter vibes. If LeBron James wasn't a professional RBA player, I would bet the last $3 in my bank account that LeBron James would either be a professional scammer or a magician, because he has done a phenomenal job at deceiving the people for years. See, LeBron James underachieved, and now he's trying to overcompensate. If Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant would have been able to retire in his early 30s if he had the same help that LeBron James had. LeBron James has always been nothing more than a quitter. And as Charles Barkley stated, Michael Jordan only needed 5,000 more points to surpass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But as Michael Jordan stated, it's not about the numbers. Michael Jordan wasn't on the sideline checking his stat sheet. See, that's what LeBron James cares about, the numbers. You can have all the numbers in the world, but at the end of the day, it's how your peers view you, how you'll be respected to the basketball community. LeBron James has cheated the game. LeBron James is like ordering clothes from Shein. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant is like ordering from these luxurious high-end clothing brands.